what really to present and how to present those things. What are we going to present? We have to present something which is truthful, which is honest to the living God. We don't need to allow ourselves to get hooked up into anything. We have to allow God to think along that line. We have to think along that line that God is God. God is capable of doing everything in his life. He has to give us as much as we need. God is there to he can be there to protect us from whatever this evil that is there, that we sort of live our life afraid of. Whatever sickness we go through, God is able to cure us and restore us in every way that we see fit. It is God. The idea of what others people will sort of think or what the worship they belong to, that they do everything in order to make their God, do whatever it is, or to make their God become the main or idea that it is God, because they are succeeding in life. They say, oh, God is helping me to succeed, and if they are not succeeding, the devil is standing in my way. That is a very what word would I use here? That is lame. That is something which what did I say? Cheap. That is an argument or some sort of idea which is being presented in a very in a very disregard in a cheap form. Because if you are thinking within your mind that you'd have done something, you sweat, you plow the whole ground and all that, and you said, oh, God has helped me build this thing, or God has helped me. Meanwhile, God didn't come to hold a pen for you to be able to get that thing done. You probably was almost dying, you were suffering, you were struggling here and there. God didn't come to sort of give you a hand in any way. Or nothing miraculous is happening, or did happen. Why should you allow yourself to go and say that God showed me that, God did that, God made that for me? Who are you kidding? How can you let God be God if you do that? You go across him and you sort of, why can't we allow God to be God? He must be God. God must be God. Sorry, excuse me. God must be God. And how does God become God? By letting his challenges be his challenges. Let God be God. Let God do all that he wants to do to demonstrate his abilities, his power, his strength. Sorry. It's not my changes or anybody's changes, but we have to allow God to be God. We have to do this with every honorable state of conscious mind that we have, with every clearness of instinct that we have. We have to do this without any wrath and doubting. If I may use the word wrath and doubting. We must stand and face it as it's meant to be. We must speak it out as it's meant to be. We must make sure that we really discover God as he is meant to be discovered. We must give him the respect and the precedence as is due him, that he's the all-powerful God, he's the all-knowing God. But we cannot take chances and risk by, presenting something else, any effort that we did ourselves, or any manly effort, and say it is God. We cannot be misleading ourselves and others to sort of have certain things that is not God as being God. I will sort of want us to really look at these things critically and remember that God has no issue. I don't think God has issue with us. And we will prove this thing day in, day out as we read through the book. the Bible, and as we go through the Bible and we go through the Bible and review the things that happened or how God was dealing with his, all these people and what God was doing for all these people, we have to really go through and see. And in times of, we're now at the times of Jacob. And as we do that, we will also bring in the Quran to any referral that is necessary to point these things out. So look out for the videos. As I said, if something flash your eye, YouTube, watch it. YouTube is the place that you discover a lot of things that you might not thought of. Others have volunteered themselves and they're putting stuff on it. Things that can really shock your day. So let us be very much, and don't be too worried. These things have to be unveiled. We have to go through this process for our own betterment. I'm hoping there are lots of people out there to make that tremendous change, because your errors and your infections are hitting me as well. I'm connected to that. What you do becomes a problem to me. What I do becomes a problem to you. But we need to come to a point of seeing that whatever I do or whatever you do is logic, is acceptable to the human mind. Because even God himself wants us to understand. Because if you don't understand, you are well off. You're almost like a dead person. You are well off being dead. Because if you don't understand anything, you are well off being dead. It's better that for you to be dead than to be alive and not having any understanding. You need understanding. We need to have a logical approach, a logical understanding, acceptance, whatever it is we believe, in terms of God or whatever it is that we believe. We need to have understanding. We need to believe God to be God and have all the analysis straighten up. You can't take those chances and do things that limit us from achieving the true things that we're supposed to achieve. I sort of hope in every way that you are with me on this journey, and you never backed out. Don't back out. Stay along. Stay on the course, and we will find out. We will dig it out. You will see that your mind will sort of come shoulder to shoulder to see that it is not about an evil presentation or anything. It's about exposing that friendly attachment that we have, that we are solely deep into, that has caught our soul up. No matter what all those that we believe in and whatever it is, not even any single claim has been able to achieve the ultimate the ultimate level in life. And so that should tell us something, that we need to do things our own. We need to reform things that needs to be reformed, and we need to present the ideas that are right for us to present. We need to use our common sense to do things and stop spending our entire life in the imitational God or imitational sense of approach. We don't need that anymore. We don't need the imitation. We don't need artificials or whatever it is anymore. If we even do in some other respects, but at the end of the day, if we seek for truth, and we seek for truth that will build our life, that will let us have that strong confidence in ourselves, that we will not spend our life living a dream life, hoping things that will never materialize or happen, then we have to really focus on being honest and being straightforward about things and pulling evil out and putting it where it's meant to be. I really hope for these things to be that way. I really hope that I'll make an impact, I'll make a change, that I will be able to point to you what I think and what I'm thinking in my head. And hopefully I'll probably make you also reconsider so many things that you've probably not considered all your life. Let's keep on that journey. Keep on, don't look back. You need to be on that journey. Don't sort of fall out of it. It hasn't got the best presentation or whatever, but it's the contents that you need to listen to.